about 2-3 months before I started going to Vital, I went through this really big battle of depression. And a lot of times I was just driving by the expressway, I was just driving, there was some construction, and I would think, you know, if I just keep driving and I just hit the contention wall, like, no one's gonna miss me. I know I'd be more helpful to my family, to my daughter, if I wasn't here. And a week before, it was the Christmas week, before we started going to Vital, the 2-year policy, my insurance policy had 2 years, which meant that it would pay out even in case of a suicide, because there's that clause. And so I was like, you know what, why not? And it was something I really thought. Christmas holidays came and left. And then I had heard about Vital Church sometime before, and I always had like the curiosity of going, I just never went. And that Friday, that Saturday, I told my daughter, I was like, you know what, we're going to Vital tomorrow. She's like, okay, well, we can go. And when we went, everything was it was different. Like, just when you went in, it was different. And he was preaching, the sermon was about exercising your promise, you know, and what the Lord had promised you and what he had said. And it just brought back the promise that the Lord had given me when I was 8 years old. And so I went up and I prayed, and I could hear, you know, I could hear the voice of the Lord saying, if I gave you a promise and I told you you were going to do something, it's because I am. And from that day on, I was like, this is the place. I told Pastor, I was like, Vital Church, the Lord through Vital Church literally saved me.
I guess I know I can say, as far as my relationship with God, and again, I go back to what they've preached at Vital. I felt like I delayed God's process by not growing. So in that process, when we were married, I feel like that's what God wanted to do personally with me. You know, he wanted me to grow. He wanted me to elevate my relationship with him. But at the same time, I was stuck with my old ways. I go, the day Charlie has a church, I feel is the day that I will actually try another church. But this is me saying, knowing who, you know, that Charlie would never leave. You know what I mean? I just never thought that would ever happen, because, you know, they had a lot of Festival de la Juventud and all that stuff, and it's like, no, he has it. And I remember thinking that, right? But just saying it like that. And then it happened, you know? He had his church, and I remember I was like, you know, how about we give it a shot, you know, and let's just go listen. I love the way God speaks through Charlie. So I remember coming the first couple of times, maybe like, I don't know how many times, but every time we went and we visit Vital, that message was directly for us.
Si me preguntas qué es Cristo para mí, es todo, compadre. Es todo. Es como para todos los hogares el domingo de barbacoa. Es como el menudito, la barbacoa, y luego ponle pa' Vital. Hasta mis hijos, el pastor Charlie, yo lo conocí por un amigo que me invitó, y es bien dinámico, o sea, te le hace las cosas bien light, que se te va de volar al día, y qué bonito, porque yo miro su manera de predicar, y a los niños les agrada. Yo creo que es lo más importante ahorita, que el evangelio no está perdido entre la gente adulta. Desgraciadamente siempre buscamos a Dios cuando ya estamos en una etapa de nuestra vida un poquito más madura. Pero qué bonito es ganarte almas cuando están empezando. Y es lo que tiene Vital. Yo me siento mero enfrente me siento cada vez que voy a ver a Charlie. Y lo miro a los ojos y tiene toda la razón. Aquí no se juzga a nadie. Católico, lo que tú seas, es el mismo evangelio, compadre. La respuesta es Dios. Arrímate a Él.